Country Road Customs.
That would be me.
How you doing, mate? You good?
Yeah, not bad. Not bad.
Good. This isn't the second time trying this.
No, not at all. Not at all. Except this time it doesn't look like we're talking through soup.
Yeah. Yeah, man. The Wi-Fi on the boat was tricky.
Questionable.
Questionable. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So, man, thanks so much for coming on. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's all
I
right. Happy to be on.
I love what you do. I love that you make like choppers out of like little bikes.
Once upon a time, people just used whatever they could get cheap and built choppers out of that, and that's what I do. But
Yeah, true.
everyone's obsessed with engine size now, so
They're all very long.
there is that. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
there is
So
that. No, I can't make a short one.
no, no, totally. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, like, I think you make bikes out of what I mean, the cool guys would never put money into. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
So
no,
like,
no. I get that.
smaller engines and stuff like that. And but I fucking love it. What was the one with the fucking pull cord, the fucking
Oh yeah. I've got the do you mean the long one with the pull
yeah,
cord?
yeah.
Yeah, that's a
What's that called? Is it a pull cord? That doesn't sound right
yeah,
coming out of
rip
my mouth.
start.
Ripstart. There we go. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, like a mower.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the engine actually came out of a whacker plate. That's the thing they used to flatten concrete.
Right.
Uh
What the fuck? Yeah,
yeah,
that's cool.
yeah. Found it on the scrap heap. I've had it kicking around for ages. And then
Sick.
but you can tune them engines up to 40 horsepower, so it's not like
Sick.
it's gonna go slow.
Fucking hell. So how fast have you had out of that
At the moment, seeing as it's got no brakes and sort of questionable steering because it needs longer rockers to sort out the trail, I've only had it like, I don't know, 20 miles an hour, 30 miles an
Right.
hour maybe,
Right. Yeah.
just down the road.
But that motor was a what?
A whacker plate, it's out of a whacker plate. It's a
That's
GX
crazy.
200. In America, they tune the shit out of them in like tiny little bikes and drag race them. But over here, there's no scene for it.
Is that the mini bikes?
Yeah, yeah, like the
Yeah, I'm
taco bikes and
obsessed with
that.
them. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what they use. Honda GX 200s. Except they've got like a whole
Oh,
aftermarket
sick.
and like
Yeah,
custom engine thing.
yeah.
Whereas here you can get custom bits, but you have to get them from go-kart places.
Right. Okay. Cool. Yeah, there's a massive scene over there for the mini bikes and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, like
I've often thought about bringing a load over here.
you wouldn't have to.
No.
You like there. I think there is now. I know there's at least one guy making the little frames over here, but they're
Yeah.
just like like a sack truck.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what the wheels are off for them. And then it's just like a lawnmower engine with pit bike carbon. That's all they are.
That's crazy. I can't believe it's a lawnmower engine because I've seen them go so fast.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
People can get a ton out of them.
Really?
Yeah, on like 6-inch rim tires, they can get a ton.
Shit. Fuck
Yeah,
that. That's like them fucking psycho Vespa guys. You see that when they've got a rally on, you see them like banging
yeah.
it down the motorway, fucking
Always on the back
shaking.
wheel. The Vespas are. It's fucking
Yeah,
brilliant.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
love that. I love
They're
that.
mental. So, I mean, all right, take us back to the beginning, mate. I mean, you're making all this crazy stuff. Where did it begin?
Weirdly, putting lawnmower engines on bicycles.
Yeah, cool.
That's because I live in the middle of nowhere. That's why the
Yeah,
signal's so bad.
right.
Even where like at the farm I'm at now, that's where I grew up. The signal here used to be awful.
Yeah,
It's like it really in the middle of nowhere in
yeah,
Leicester. Um, so you don't really see many people. So I was like getting bicycles out of the scrap and lengthening forks on them and things because I wanted a chopper. And then I thought, I know what I'll do. I'll just put an engine in it. That's a motorbike. And then they didn't have any brakes. They just had like direct drive to the back wheel. Some of them like I just mounted the engine above the back wheel so the
fucking
output
right.
shaft was running on the tire and you had to mount them backwards so they ran in reverse so the wheel went
Oh
forwards.
shit.
Yeah, they're all right. You ran with them to start them, and then once the engine fired up, you hopped on them, twisted the throttle, pulled a bit of baling string, and just hoped for the best.
That's fucking awesome. Shit, that was the type of stuff I wanted to do as a kid, but it just never materialized. Do you know what I mean? So I mean, did you have help with that? Did you, or were you just going for
No,
it?
no,
Like,
no. I could go on like the computer now and again on like dial-up internet and watched
yeah,
a couple of YouTubers who were all based in America, but no, I didn't really get any advice. I worked out how to take the governor out of them. That was the first thing. And after I blew them up a couple of times, I worked out how to make them run without the governor on. And
fucking
then,
hell.
yeah, but no, I didn't. Didn't have any help. My dad showed me how to use the stick welder, our massive oil-cooled shipyard stick welder with like rods like that, and just glued the bicycles together with that.
That's crazy. It's cool as fuck. So from there, then, so you had sticking motors on bicycles, and then
Uh, then I built a pit bike chopper, and then I built the C90. I just sort of
yeah,
just kept building the next thing and the next thing,
yeah,
and I've sort of hit a bit of a block at the moment. I've got to the point where I've got the the ability and the like drive and imagination to build something better, but I just don't have the tooling. I can't.
yeah.
The electric, I've had to like shut the workshop because I can't do it anymore because the power keeps tripping out every time it rains, and
Oh shit.
yeah, it's like really bad electrics because they were only ever designed to run the lights on the farm.
Yeah, of course. Fuck. So what's your plan? That's a shame, man.
Um, Become really rich, but it's not going very well.
I mean, yeah. I speaking about the C90s, I can't believe how many of them we trashed as kids, selling them to each other for 50 quid. And
Fucking hell,
now,
that's expensive from what people have told me. There's an old boy at work who told me he bought one for a fucking what do you call them? Roundtree's fruit pastel once.
yeah, man, yeah, my generation, I'm not that fucking old. But yeah, 50 quid we were selling to each other, and then we just fucking trash them in the woods, just ragging them. And now they're like 5 grand, 6 grand.
Yeah, I can't remember a guy I ended up stood next to at Kickback. He did like loads of engraved brass plating on his, and that
Cool.
was stunning. Not really my thing, but it was so like
Yeah,
it must have took him fucking hours, and it was
yeah, yeah.
really beautiful. I think he's from Wales, as for some reason everyone seems to be now.
But people who put so much time and money into things that people, like I said at the start, people usually wouldn't. Do you know what I mean? Like they're purely just doing it out of passion for doing it. They're not doing it to be the next fucking cool Instagram guy or to flip it and make thousands. They're just doing it because they love doing it. That's it.
Yeah,
If you don't like it, fuck off. I love it.
yeah,
I
that's
really love
it.
it. Yeah,
That's I think that's a good way to put it. I think that's how like more people should be. I think at one
100%.
at one point, like the chopper scene, I got into the chopper scene because I loved the like pictures from the 60s, 70s of the bikes, and I like filtered into it because I first saw like the Ed Roth stuff and the hot rod builders. Ed Roth, everyone says Ed Roth because he's easy, but there was so many people who were just building like bathtubs with V8s and like fucking cabs that were lent forward and things that were nearly undrivable. I mean, a lot of them were like sort of more dressed up vehicles. That was a really upsetting thing I only learned about 2 years ago that most of the superchargers didn't work, but that doesn't
Oh,
matter.
really? Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. If you look into like all the show car stuff, a lot of it's what they call dressing, and like the
Right.
engines aren't actually what they look like. But we'll
Oh,
just
that's a
pretend they
shame.
are. We'll
Yeah,
just
yeah,
pretend they
yeah.
are. Um, and like all that crazy stuff, and then I sort of from that I moved into like the weird choppers and like the like what the guy who did the Triumphs that were all like molded and they got like curled over seats and massive girders and blowers on the engines, and they were just complete madness. Like
Yeah.
they were like rolling works of art because it was punk before punk was a thing. It was we're gonna we're gonna build these bikes as like a stick it to the man, like everyone
Yeah.
says we're gonna stick it to the man. It's sort of dead now, but that doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Um, and they didn't care what everyone else was doing. They like took ideas from each other, and they were like wanted to ride with their buddies and like that. But they were like
Yeah.
it was like an art movement almost, except by dirty hobo people who've got no money. That's
Yeah. Yeah.
most artists, but
Yeah.
it I think it's sort of lost its way a bit there now. It's all about you've got to have a Harley and it's got to be this and it's got to be able to put the miles in. Like, and then people look at show bikes and they go, "Oh yeah, but you can't ride that." But they
Yeah.
did. They rode them into shows. Like you can
Yeah.
build the most insane bike, and I can't. It probably will ride like shit, but you can still ride it. And
Yeah.
it's like I don't care if it's a Harley engine. You could use a moped engine if you've like built everything.
Yeah.
That that's a chopper. That's a show bike. That's a hell of a work of thing. That is.
Yeah. Totally. What was that thing that you rode into the hookup, the early hookup that I seen you on?
Oh, the XS 250.
Was it? Yeah. Yeah. Cool. It's
Yeah,
so
yeah,
funny because I seen you and I was like, "Is that him?" But obviously we've never spoke or anything, you know. So I
yeah,
was just like, "I'm just gonna say hello." And if, yeah,
yeah. I was in my overalls,
yeah,
and
yeah,
yeah, yeah. I saw you, and you were like walking around. I thought, that's definitely him. That's
yeah,
definitely him. And I like looked at you, and you looked at me, and you went, "All right." And then yeah, and then we just kept walk by like fucking
yeah.
shits in the night, and that were it. And I hope that was him, and I've not just like
Yeah,
waved
well,
at some weird stranger who might think I'm coming on to him.
that's
So,
exactly what I thought. Yeah.
yeah, no, that was a good trip. I've got my mate Monty who does Looney Customs on Instagram. And he's brilliant. I absolutely love him. He stick welds everything because he's not got anything else. But
Cool.
um, he's I had him on the back because he couldn't get a bike done in time. And like last minute, he went, "Yeah, I'm not going to be able to have a bike to ride." And I went, "Well, you're not missing this one. You've missed every other one this year. It's not happening." So I spent like the week before we went, like panic fitting a P pad to the back and a pair of passenger pegs to the back of my bike so he could get on. And I'd never ridden it two up. I only modified the frame on that. When I bought it, it was like a bobbery thing.
Mhm.
It was horrible, and it still is. But it's I changed like the tank, the forks, the front wheel, the rear wheel, the seat, the sissy bar. Like 90% of it's been changed, but the original frame I only modified slightly to fit in a nicer back wheel.
Yeah.
And it turns out that the front and back wheel aren't quite in line. They're like that.
Shit. Yeah.
So when you've got it two up, and you like really low revs, like setting off, it proper gives it like
Yeah.
this. And I found that the day we set off
And how far was the trip?
from Leicester to
Okay.
Birmingham. So
What's that?
I don't know
I'm
what that
shit.
is. It's like an
Is
hour
it?
and a
Oh,
half.
okay. Oh, it's not too bad.
Yeah,
Right.
but I think it took us three because
Yeah.
we got lost.
Yeah.
We got really lost on the way back. It took us fucking ages to get back.
But well, I
But
mean, how fast was that thing going two up?
um, we think it will do 90. It's
Really?
got no
Fucking
speed.
hell.
It's got no speedo on it
Yeah.
because I don't see the point. I'm
Yeah.
not building bikes to go fast. I'm building them to have a laugh on. Like
Yeah. Yeah. Of course.
I do all the silly stuff that people in Indonesia do, like standing on the seat and like dragging your foot off the side and trying to
Yeah.
wheelie them and jumping off curbs and that. So I don't care how fast I go.
Yeah.
But on the way back, we were coming down this straight, and I thought, well, we'll see, we'll see. So I laid down, like put my head against the tank, and he knew what was going on, so he laid down on top of me. We must look like fucking nutcases because we were both like down this stretch of road on this thing that's got like bungee cords as the return spring for the brake, and
I
it's
fucking
good
love
laugh.
it. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm currently rebuilding the engine for that bike because on Sunday I thought it'd be a really good idea to try and ride it flat out for a Ford.
Say again. Fly out for a what?
A Ford, like a
Yeah. Yeah.
water Ford. Yeah. Yeah, and I
Yeah.
hydraulic the motor and I bent a rod.
Oh fuck.
We rolled up to it, like me and my mate, um, who was riding with me on his Benelli, and it's called the Slaughter Ford. It's just down the road.
Right.
It's like a dirt track round to it,
Yeah.
and then it's this like it goes down a bit, and then it's this river, and it comes back up out, and it's a dirt track out the other side, and it's a really nice route to ride. And in the summer, you can get through it
Cool.
because the water goes low enough, but on a bike. But you have to go to the left,
Yeah.
and I completely because about a year, 2 years ago, a bloke got a tractor stuck in it and dug a massive trench in the right hand side. And I completely
Right.
forgot that that was there.
Yeah.
And we rolled up to it, and there was this guy and like his kids splashing around in it on the left. And I shouted over to him, engine still running. It's like, straight pipes. I go, all right, mate, how deep is it? And he like taps his knee and goes, oh, it's only up to here, mate. And he's on the left hand side. And I think,
Oh
oh,
no.
mint, drop the throttle, big like spinner thing is straight into the right hand side, pushing it out the other side. Like,
Oh
yeah,
no.
I, I, I,
Yeah.
I I could have done better here.
But you've got a spare motor.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Well, it was a bits of motor, so I've just pulling the rods out of it to
Yeah.
swap in. Hopefully, going to do that next week, but we'll see how it all goes.
Fucking hell. I mean, you mentioned the Indonesia guys and girls, whatever. Little tiny motors on these fucking insane choppers. Like the fucking fabrication, the paint, everything. Everything
Yeah,
about them, the lines, everything's fucking perfect.
100% the best scene about that is at the moment
Yeah.
because they don't give a shit what the bike is. They drag something out the local scrapyard, bash it together, put like mentally long rigid forks on it, and then just
Yeah.
ride it down the road. And you watch these videos, and they've got like this, 2 meter long front end on this like absolute death machine of a rigid bike. Jockey shift, foot clutch. It's the middle of the night. Lad's got
Yeah.
no helmet on. He's just stood with his back against the sissy bar, like, yeah, be fine, mate. Be fine. And like that is the people I want to ride with. That's
That is
it.
chopper.
Yeah, that that's the life.
Yeah, man.
And yeah, it's just because I always say because everyone like is always obsessed with the outlaw lifestyle of choppers. It's
Yeah.
dead. It's dead. It
Yeah, yeah,
died years ago.
yeah,
The
yeah,
only biker outlaws now are the numpties in tracksuits who do the bike life in London. And
yeah,
like you watch some of the videos of them riding, it looks like a great laugh. But you
yeah,
meet the people and you can't understand half of them, and they're just
yeah. When it comes to like the chopper scene, yeah, like it's yeah, no, I agree with you. I do. Um, I mean, obviously, there's some American clubs that you have to have a chopper to be in them, and that
yeah,
they're still doing it. But like, yeah, here that I agree totally.
yeah,
It's gone, and I mean, yeah, what them lads are doing down there on the fucking scramblers through the estates, it's pretty chopper.
yeah, yeah. I mean that's what it was once like. Like it
Yeah,
was, you're not running plates and just having a good time, and you go out on your bike to be free
yeah,
of life. And all right, they do sort of build their machines a bit, but the customization style with side of it with them isn't really there. That
no,
was like a chopper thing, but
yeah,
they've got the like you know freedom of the ride.
yeah,
You
yeah,
just
yeah,
do it on different bikes. And
yeah. I mean,
I'd love to do a ride out one day, but I blew up my last crosser and I refused to buy another one.
yeah, they're just so expensive for like a toy because
Yeah,
like yeah, it's yeah. But the Asia scene, the Indonesian scene, and all that. I don't know about Indonesia, but I know in Thailand, especially, choppers are fucking illegal.
yeah.
They're just illegal, and that's why they ride them
Same
with
in
the fucking
Indonesia.
lights off and that.
Yeah, same in Indonesia.
Yeah,
I sent a load of the t-shirt I do where
yep,
it's got like my logo and it says "fuck cops, ride
yep.
chops" on the back. I sent about 12 over
Cool.
to some lads in Indonesia for free because they were sending me messages and they were like, "Oh, we love your cub and we love what you're doing." And I'm like, I'm just some white British dude. I'm not anything special. And they're like, not American? I was like, no, not American. Not anything special. Just a guy. I just like like my cub and that. And but like, I still talk to them now. Well, I did until
Yeah.
recently. I think the guy who ran the Instagram's gone to prison. But
Right.
yeah, happens. But they
Yeah.
were saying like they'd go out and you could like bribe the cops and that, or
Yeah.
you just got your head kicked in and sent home like it was like here in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
But but yeah, like the whole chopper thing over there. That's why the videos are always at night because it's
Yeah.
illegal. Like you're not allowed to do it. So it's either
Yeah.
in the like rural like jungle area or whatever it is, or it's at night in the
Yeah.
city.
Totally.
And
I've seen
I mean,
comments, people saying like, "Oh my god, why the fuck would you ride with your lights off at night and shit like that?" And it's like because it's 1,000,000% illegal. Like
yeah,
they'll get fucked up.
yeah.
Crazy. I love it. I love that side of it. Like it gives me goosebumps. Like
Well, I think that sort of adds to it, like because it's always been about like freedom.
yeah,
It's all, and that's as free as you can be.
totally.
Like if everything about it is illegal,
Yeah,
then that that's the limits of freedom. That is,
yeah, yeah, totally.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
like the whole thing's just changed, and it's
yeah. I I
sad.
used to well I've got a Mohican again now. I've not just shaved my head for this video, like
Don't
to make
lie.
you feel better. Like yeah, um, but no, it's bloody hot, and I could
Yeah, it's
wear a beanie all
fucking
day, stop my head burning.
gross. Yeah,
But I used to have like the Mohican, and like I made my own clothes, like painted my own jackets and that. And I was
yeah,
really into that, and I was really into it for about a year. I still went to like the gigs and stuff, but it really quickly dawned on me that it was just a style, that the
yes,
idea had gone. That you went to gigs and everyone was like, "Oh yeah, I've got like this jacket and this thing," and you're like, "I don't care, man. I came
yeah,
here because I want to break things and have a punch up to some heavy music," and
yeah,
and
man.
and they're gone. But there's still there's still small areas. Like there's a pub near us. I'm not going to say what it is
Yeah,
because they'll dob them in, but they still throw gigs. And my girlfriend went to the bar and was like, because we were leaving, she went, "Oh, can I have my coat?" And the bloke went, "1 minute, just let me go ask someone about that." And she went, "No, my coat." And he went, "Oh, coat. Yeah, no, no, I can get you that."
but you can have a gram as well if you want.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, man. I've always found myself drawn to those places. Like if we go up to Glasgow or whatever, you can go to like the West End and the nice bit, but I'd rather be in like the fucking horrible, dingy fucking I don't know. It's where I've always been drawn to. It's where I feel a bit more at home. Do you know what I mean?
it's where humans are human. Like
Yeah,
there's this like polished idea of what we should be, and then there's this real thing where
yeah,
it's more like animal. Because I mean, obviously living in the country, I love nature. I love playing in like the trees and going through things and going down dirt lanes and like away from the this like box we've made ourselves.
yeah,
And but you go to like gigs and that in these like crusty places and these abandoned buildings, and it's as close as you can get to like humans en masse as they should be in
yeah.
their natural habitat. Like I don't care what the music is, if it's rave music, if
Oh
it's
yeah,
like
totally.
two thousands pop. If you get in there and there's a guy off his tits with his shirt off, giving it like, you're gonna have a good time.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no, you're fucking. I didn't think this conversation would go this way. But yeah,
No, no,
I've been talking to my wife about this recently, and I was explaining to her like it makes me feel I don't know how to word it. It makes me feel ill. Like it doesn't sicken me, but I'm gutted for how things are going. You know, like you said, that polished kind of version that we're fed. You know, like this is the way you should be. You know, if you act
Yeah,
like this and you buy your house and you work in fucking Tesco forever, you know, you're successful. If as long as you own a Mercedes, you're successful.
yeah.
Like, I can't get with it, man. I can't. I can't buy it.
No,
I
the problem is it's too late.
Yeah.
And we said we wouldn't go into conspiracy theories, and here we are. But
Stay tuned for.
um, but yeah, no, it's too late. Like me and you talking about it. Like if we were down the pub and because I talk to people about this all the time, and I talk to people at work, and a guy I work with, like my best mate at work, we're on the same page. But it's gone. Like we've lost. The
Yep.
rebellion failed.
Yep.
It's all
No.
just
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, the corporations won, and everyone says, "Oh no, we're gonna change it. We're gonna change it." You never will. It will just change its mask, and it will become something different
Exactly.
that can fit into the thing that you've created to go against it.
Well, that's another conversation that me and my wife are having. Like it's totally gone. There's no coming back. There's nobody's gonna band together, and nobody's gonna not pay the fucking gas bills, to bring the fucking costs down. Nobody's gonna do that. And all you can do is the only way I keep myself sane is like, right, I'm just gonna build my life the way I want to live,
Yeah,
and that's it. I'll just separate myself from all that the shit that I hate.
like we've all because I had a bit of a scare last year, so I'm 26 now. On my 25th birthday, I came type 1 diabetic. So
Oh
now
fuck.
yeah, it's a bit of a life change, and I'm still not quite like in the
That's the
red.
bad one.
Yeah, that is the bad one. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the uncurable one. So at
Yeah.
some point, I'll start like losing my eyesight, and yeah, like you can manage it,
Yeah.
and it's not like a death sentence, but it's like it takes away a bit of that freedom that you have from birth.
Get you.
And I can't drink as like I used to. Like I used to drink until I blacked out. I can't do that now because I won't wake up. Like the idea that we'd all band together and do that, that they'll just burn the anthill. Like that we
Yeah.
we are so reliant on the system now that
Yeah.
there's no, like, you could start a commune somewhere in theory, but you'd still have to pay tax on it because
I was,
otherwise they'd just come round and burn the commune. Like
I was
there's
literally
no,
about to say, have you seen how expensive it is to do that though?
yeah, yeah, there's no,
Everyone's like, oh, I'd love to live in the middle of nowhere in a cabin. You need a fucking mill.
yeah. And like people are like, oh, if you buy a house, you own that house. You never own anything because you buy a house and you have to pay council tax. If you don't pay council tax, they'll come take your house away and you'll go to
Totally.
prison.
Totally.
And like, there's no ownership of anything anymore because the country is owned by the elite, and that's just what it is. And
Yeah.
we're just people. We're just the ants can't band together.
No,
It
totally.
won't happen.
No.
They'll just burn the anthill.
And that I literally that's why I'm never gonna buy. I've made the decision recently. It took me fucking ages to convince my wife, but it's pointless because even though like that whole fucking thing, it's another thing that makes you feel sick. That like we're fed this, don't waste money on rent. It's dead money. You want to buy because then it's yours. What? I can knock a wall down if I want. I
Yeah.
can dig the garden
Only
up
if you've
without
got planning
permission.
permission. You can't
Yeah,
knock.
totally.
And if your neighbours complain about the noise, you can't knock the damn thing down
Exactly.
anyway. It's not
Exactly.
your house. It's
Totally.
our house.
Yeah, totally. Oh God, I hate it. And that's exactly it. It's like, no, and then you gotta fucking work my ass off till I'm 60, 65.
If
And
you're lucky.
then I'll own it. And then I'll die maybe 5 years later. If I'm lucky. It's bullshit.
Yeah. You've just remembered me. I got onto the diabetes because I was saying that we've only got a short amount of time. We should just have a good
Yes.
time as
Yeah.
we're alive. Like you should find something you like, something you're passionate about, and you should just enjoy it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what people say to you. If like you upset a couple of people, you say the wrong thing, or you know, just you lose a group of people because you don't believe in the thing that they believe in, like as passionately as you believe in something else,
Yeah.
then that's fine because you can't lose time because you've only got so much. That's the one thing you owe.
Yeah. 100%. I fucking That's beautiful. And I love it. And that's
Get the
exactly
little
how I
violin
feel.
out, mate.
That's exactly no. It's nice to speak to someone who fucking but you know it's really funny since I started doing this podcast, like a lot of the chopper guys that I've had on, they have the same fucking view as what we're saying now. I don't know what it is about it, you know. Well, yeah, obviously I do. It's the freedom. It's the fucking. It's
Yeah,
what chopper used to be that attracts certain
yeah,
people. You know. Yeah, it's good, man. It's like that's one really positive thing I'm taking from it is like there's other people, there's other weirdos out there that feel how I feel, you know. And yeah, like just finding that one fucking thing that you really enjoy.
yeah.
Yeah, because it gives you a fucking purpose, gives you that, you know. I think a lot of us are searching for identity, you know,
Oh yeah,
and people try and fill it
100%.
by buying
Yeah.
shit. You know, if I buy
It,
this massive TV, you know, I'll be the guy with the massive TV, you know.
it's why it's a shame that there's not like because like in the 80s it used to be there were the goths and the
Yeah,
like and in the 90s it was like you had a group and it was normally
yeah,
based around music or a style of fashion and that gave you like your group, your
yeah,
tribe. And before then it was tribes. People always trying to fit themselves into like because we're social animals, we want to be
totally.
linked
Belong to
together
something.
somehow.
Yeah,
Yeah. And like you say, the chopper thing that attracts people because it's got this like idea of freedom and
yeah,
you're this outsider, but you're this outsider together as like a
yeah, yeah,
community. That's why it really sort of I won't say upsets me because you can't get like I say you've only got a amount of time, but you can't get upset by the trivial bullshit you see on the internet. But when you see people bickering about, oh, like Steve's got this bike and I don't like his bike because it's not this or it's not that. It's like, I don't care. I'd go
yeah,
for a ride with Steve as long as he's not going to piss in my shoes while I'm
yeah,
asleep.
yeah, exactly. Totally.
Like, who cares?
Yeah,
Just have a good time.
yeah, man.
We're supposed to be this community, but it's just,
Yeah,
just it's like I said on the other interview I did, it's such a toxic place, especially in England. It's like we're all there, loads of people trying to prove something like this thing,
you're 100%
and
right.
it doesn't matter that why do you need to be that thing? Just
Yeah,
build your bike how
yeah,
you want it, and then go out with people who've built their bike how
yeah,
they want it, and
yeah,
have a good time.
totally. And if you wouldn't build it that way, don't be a cunt. Just
Yeah,
appreciate the fucking time that they put into that.
that's it. Yeah. If you
Yeah,
if you wouldn't build it that way, don't build your that way. Build yours a different way and prove that that's better. Because look
totally.
what I've
Yeah,
made.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like nobody, like everyone's obsessed with buying parts as well. That's another thing that because once like choppers, you couldn't buy parts, so everyone made everything. It was like,
yeah,
oh, I've made this seat or I've made this style of exhaust, but now because I obviously like take from styles from the back then, and that's fine. You can copy people and like say, oh yeah, I've took this because I like how that looks, and I've
yeah,
made it this way because that's how they made it. But like that shouldn't be the basis. You should make something that's you, like because you should make it yourself. It's your
yeah,
thing. What?
yeah,
Why does it need to be made out of everyone else's bits? Like I've got Bob's fucking thing on it, and I've got
yeah,
Dave's thing on it. Look how cool it is. I've got everyone else's parts on my bike,
yeah.
and I've done it because they told me that that looks good.
Yeah, no, you're right. Fuck, I've been a sucker for that one. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
totally. Yeah. No, you're right. You're right.
but it's like it's not as deep as that because I've got a Ron Finch light and I love that thing. It's
Yeah,
such a beautiful thing, and
yeah,
like that guy he's a lunatic, but he was a visionary. Like
yeah,
um, and I'd love more so I could put them on more things, but I've only got one. And everyone says, oh, I'd buy that off you, and I'm like, nah, I'd keep it because I like it and I know I won't get another one. And then I feel like, oh, I'm a hypocrite because I've got this rare part that I'm hoarding because it's this rare thing that I won't get another one of. And I want it because it looks cool and it's like a period piece.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
I go, well, full of shit. What I tell everyone off for that, and I'm doing exactly that. But
yeah.
like, if I could work out how to cast them and sell them, I'd just sell them for material. But
Yeah.
it would sort of ruin the thing of it. But like, because when I've got the workshop back up and running, I want to make like chopper kits that's sort of leaning into the cookie cutter idea of it, but it's
Like
not
Denver's
about
used to
that.
do.
Yeah,
Not
like
not Denver's. Yeah, Denver's used to do it.
it would
But
like
there's another
come
one.
with a set of wheels and a set of forks, and like it'll
Yeah,
be a rolling chassis, and the idea is you just drill your own axle plates
yeah,
and fit whatever engine. And the reason I want to do that is to encourage like 16-year-olds, like people who've just got their license on CVTs, to get into it. To like they can buy this kit and they can buy a 125 Chinese bike and
yeah,
just drop the engine in, and it's not hard because like
yeah,
you just drill holes. It's really simple, and that
yeah.
that brings another person in, and then I don't care if they only ride it round like that. But what I'm hoping is they'll like ride it round like that for a bit, and they'll go, oh, actually, I'd like some longer forks on this, and they'll cut it off and they'll make longer forks, and then
Yeah.
they'll learn, and that'll give them a platform to start from.
I think it was sorry. I
Yeah,
think it was Santi. There was a company back in the day, anyway, in America, and that's what they used to do. You used to buy the kit, and then you just put whatever motor you want in it and stuff. Yeah, it's
yeah.
fucking great. It's a great idea.
Well, it's like because I've sent some wheels to I just call him a kinky leather man, but that's not his name. It's Jake. I've sent him a load of wheels for his bike, and I said to him yesterday, "Oh, do you want a set of?" Because I've got a load of laser cut rigid yokes and the spuds to go in the end to make rigid forks. I said, "Just want a set for free," because I think it would be cool on your bike, and
Yeah,
it would just be an easy thing to make. Do you just want a set? I don't want any money for it. Like
yeah,
I've got them laying around. I want people to express themselves and to build
yes,
things, and I just want to bring that back. But I'm not rich. I'm too poor to do that, and eventually it'll bite me in the ass. But if I could make everything at cost, I would. I'd just make
yeah.
it at cost and sell it at cost. But I can't do that,
Of course.
unfortunately. Otherwise,
Yeah,
I'd starve.
yeah.
That's the reality of it.
That's cool, man. I
I've been
mean,
talking that
it
much.
just
I'm
shows
giving
it
myself a
just
stitch.
yeah it just shows that that's why I wanted to speak to you. Yeah, just shows that you're just doing it for the passion. You're not doing it to be the next cool guy. You're not doing it to be an influencer.
No, no, I
Yeah,
don't really understand that, but like it's a sort of double-edged sword having that sort of mindset because you want to help everyone, but then also you'll meet people and they'll be like, oh, I'd like you to do this for me and this and then you slowly realize that they're not in it for the same thing you are. They're in it because they want to be an influencer and they want to be
yeah,
cool and they want to be this, and then you sort of like that, like you've got that thing in your back of your head, and not they're not the same. They just want the fame, that they don't care where they get it from. They don't care what they're doing, and then you sort of lose interest in doing things for them. And it's like I've got like
I go through so many relationships like that. It's unbelievable.
yeah, it's because my mind's going all the time, and
Yeah,
like it's a bit of an unfortunate thing. I've got really bad memory, and that's one of the reasons. Like just it never stops upstairs, but
yeah.
it's like
Definitely
but
have ADHD. I've just made a diagnosis. And
I
I
don't.
know
The
you do
results
because
haven't
I
come back
do.
yet.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, like it sort of it doesn't help me because I want to do all these things and I want to help people and I want to build these things, but then also I end up
Yeah.
forgetting things all the time and fucking things up, and it's
Yeah.
like I'm only human,
Yeah, man.
fortunately.
Do you know what? Just jumping back, it's just something that I was hoping there was going to be like a segue into it, but you were talking
I have to
before.
pause for breath and then you can talk.
Yeah. What were you saying? We were on about people on like social media and Instagram, like I wouldn't have built that like that, and that and that I really, really saw that with Lloyd from last week of July. That
Yeah,
video of the when the bike kicks back and Lloyd stood next to him and Lloyd puts his hand on him.
yeah, yeah.
It's got like 100 million views. You will have seen the video
I'm sure
and
I have.
the
I'm sure I have.
fucking comment. So basically, why can't I remember who's on the bike? I can't remember his name. Sorry, mate. Um, so Lloyd's there.
That's it. You cancelled, mate. You didn't
Yeah,
know
no,
his
yeah,
name.
totally,
They'll be
totally. They're
on
gonna
here.
kick me
They'll be
out of the
on.
last week of July group. Yeah. So Lloyd's there, standing next to the lad, and his mate kicks the bike, and the bike kicks back, and it fucking froze him. And Lloyd steps forward and puts his hand on him, and you can see Lloyd going, "Are you okay, mate?" Because it can break your ankle.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
I would do
yeah.
the same
Fuck
for
you
you
up.
if that happened to you. I mean, I'm more touchy feely than Lloyd. I'd have like grabbed you, like, "Are you okay, mate? Fucking hell, do you need to sit down? Whatever." The comment section, mate. The amount of people like, "You fucking gays. Thank God his boyfriend's there. Oh, if he wasn't wearing Red Wings, the fucking homosexuals and all." Jesus Christ, mate. I was going through the fucking messages and I hate the word toxic, but fuck me.
Yeah.
I'm just
You
like,
just
shit, what is this scene? What the
yeah.
fuck?
You got to wonder, like, if your life's that sad that that's the thing that you want to write.
Yeah.
Like, go outside, mate, breathe a bit of fresh air.
Yeah,
You
totally.
just you're having a bad time. Like
Yeah.
I've kissed men to get into bars before. Just enjoy your life.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
you don't need to like you know he's just helping him out. He's just about bust his ankle. Like if he had a
It's
bone
his
sticking out of
friend.
it and he got some plasters out, you wouldn't have gone, oh, that's a bit gay. That is.
Yeah,
Look, he's touching his leg. Ugh.
exactly.
Oh,
Exactly.
I didn't tune in for this. You know.
Exactly. It's madness. And it's like, I don't know. When I said the same thing to Sean Jackson. Like, when I see something I don't like, I just scroll past.
Yeah, just ignore it. Like,
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. Ugh, them folks are horrible. Anyway, carry
talking
on.
about my bikes again. God.
Yeah. Oh, man. That was fun, mate. Seriously. Thank you so much for coming on. Honestly, that was
All
great.
right. Yeah. Cheers.
I'm glad we sorted the connection out and we got it done. Really
No,
appreciate it.
thanks for having me. It's really good. Really good.
Well, I'll leave you to your evening.
Yeah. Cheers.
Thank
You
you
too,
so
man.
much for coming
Have a
on,
good
mate.
one.